Earth is constantly spinning on its axis. This rotation gives us many things we take for granted, from day and night cycles to the climate and weather patterns we rely on to survive. But what would happen if the Earth suddenly stopped spinning? How long would it take for our planet to stop spinning? And how would life on Earth change during this process? Let's find out. The Earth, with all its water, rocks, humans and animals, is rotating around its axis with a speed of approximately 1,670 kilometers per hour. If the Earth's rotation were to slow down gradually, perhaps over millions of years, life could adapt to these changes. However, if the Earth were to abruptly halt its rotation, the consequences would be catastrophic. In the long term, the Earth's shape would change. Currently, our planet is slightly flattened at the poles and bulging at the equator due to rotation. Without spin, the Earth would become more spherical. Oceans would shift, some continents would be flooded while others would dry out. Areas near the former equator would be submerged under hundreds of meters of water, forming enormous ocean trenches. At the same time, vast territories around the new poles would be exposed to the elements, turning into arid deserts. Half of the planet would face eternal daylight, while the other half would be plunged into eternal night. One side of the Earth would be scorched by the sun's rays, while the other would freeze. Such an abrupt shift would lead to the death of most living things on Earth. Only those species that could adapt to such drastic conditions in a short period of time would survive. For humans, life would be possible only in a narrow zone between the superheated south and the icy north. Also, the length of the day and the amount of sunlight would no longer be consistent. An entire year would consist of 6 months each of daylight and darkness. This would disrupt the balance of the Earth's climate and lead to unpredictable weather events. In fact, Earth's rotation now stabilizes its tilt. Without this, the Earth's axis would wobble erratically, causing extreme shifts in seasons. Imagine having a scorching summer in December and freezing winters in June. Additionally, the Earth's atmosphere depends on rotation for its circulation, which in turn affects weather patterns and climate. Without rotation, the atmosphere would collapse into extreme storms and typhoons. Global winds would blow from the hot side of the Earth to the cold side. Disruptions in air circulation could lead to devastating hurricanes and tornadoes that would ravage the Earth's surface. Furthermore, if the Earth were to suddenly stop rotating, most of the water on the planet would be located on the eastern part of the Earth's crust. This would cause giant tsunami waves to crash into the eastern coasts of continents, destroying everything in their path. Even if the Earth were to slow down its rotation gradually, it wouldn't make things any easier. A gradual loss of rotational speed would lead to an increase in the duration of the day. Our planet has been spinning at its current speed for millions of years, and all living things have adapted to the 24-hour day. If the length of the day were to increase to, say, 48 hours, plants would receive twice as much sunlight, leading to overheating and potential death. Animals would also suffer. Their biological clocks, which regulate sleep cycles, metabolism, and other essential functions, would be disrupted, leading to illness and death. Humans would face similar challenges. The consequences of stopping the Earth's rotation would affect every aspect of life on our planet. Agriculture and food systems would collapse, leading to widespread famine. Many species of animals and plants would die out, unable to adapt to the new conditions. However, what would happen to the Moon if the Earth stopped rotating? The Moon's orbit is slightly off-center compared to the Sun. This means that the gravitational force of the Sun on the Earth's atmosphere pulls the planet away from the Moon by about 300 meters per year. Earth's rotation compensates for this effect, preventing the Earth from drifting too far away from the Moon. Without rotation, the Earth's axis would tilt significantly, potentially disrupting the Moon's orbit altogether. This could lead to the Moon crashing into the Earth or being flung out into space. But that's not all. The Earth's rotation also plays a vital role in generating its magnetic field. The spinning core of the Earth generates electric currents deep within the planet. These currents in turn produce magnetic field lines that extend from the Earth's core through the mantle and crust and then back into the core. This magnetic field protects the Earth from harmful solar radiation. Without the rotation of the Earth, the magnetic field could weaken or even vanish, exposing the Earth and its inhabitants to deadly radiation from the sun. And what if the Earth didn't stop abruptly, but slowed down gradually? Over millions of years, life on Earth could adapt to these changes. Initially, the slowing down process might go unnoticed. After all, even a slight change in the Earth's rotation speed wouldn't immediately impact our daily lives. However, over billions of years, as the Earth formed, it began to rotate faster and faster, eventually reaching its current speed. Due to friction with the atmosphere and other factors, the Earth constantly loses a small amount of rotational energy. Scientists estimate that in about 100 million years, the Earth will rotate 10 times slower than it does now. Days will last approximately 6 hours, leading to extremely hot summers and freezing cold winters. People will need to dress warmly, even during the summer, and use sunscreen in the winter. But what if the Earth were to rotate backwards? The effects would be the same as if it were spinning faster. If the direction of the Earth's rotation were reversed, the Earth's rotational speed would have to increase dramatically. Consequently, the Earth's gravity would noticeably weaken, and objects would start floating away from the planet. Only those people who manage to stay close to the ground or invent devices to hold them down would survive. The rotation of the Earth is an essential factor for maintaining life on our planet. From weather and climate to magnetic fields and tides, almost everything we depend on for survival is influenced by the Earth's rotation. It's hard to imagine what life would be like without it. But one thing is certain, it would be very different. Can you think of any other consequences of the Earth stopping its rotation? Feel free to share your ideas in the comments below. And don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to our channel. We have many more interesting videos waiting for you. When you drive a car, there's always the risk of an accident. But when you fly, it seems like the chances of dying are much lower, right? Well, not really. In fact, flying is 50 times more dangerous than driving. Why do planes lose altitude? Is it difficult to learn how to pilot a plane? What's the worst way to die in a plane crash? You can find answers to these and other questions in the next video.